Hello boaters, welcome to Narrowboat Journeys. My name is Phil and I've lived aboard my narrowboat on the Canal system for over 30 years. I share my home with my two cats, Bushka and Midge, and we spend our days travelling around the Canal system and making videos. I'm on the Coventry Canal and I've just left the water points and I'm approaching Hawkesbury Junction. Before I turn onto the North Oxford Canal, I'm going to stop and get rid of the rubbish and empty the Elsan. Then I'll have to reverse back to go through the junction and onto the North Oxford. So I think before we go any farther we'd better have a look at the map. So I'm starting at the yellow marker up at the top of the map, and then I'll be travelling through the junction and then following the light blue line, which is the North Oxford Canal, down to the yellow marker at the bottom of the map. And here's a close-up of Hawkesbury Junction itself. We could do a very sharp turn. It's like a hairpin turn here. We've got Elsan facilities, water points and a little stop lock as well. This is Hawkesbury Junction. Turn left here to go onto the North Oxford Canal, or carry straight on to go into the centre of Coventry. That way is a dead end, so when you get to the end you've got to turn around and come back again. I've never actually been down there. I'm not fond of urban places, so I should be going back onto the North Oxford. But before I do, I've got to go and moor up just behind that boat you can see ahead of me there. That's where the Elsan and the rubbish facilities are. And that's that, all that's done. And now I've got to reverse back to go through and do a very sharp hairpin turn.
This will be interesting.
Yeah, I was wondering about it myself.
Most narrowboats are very difficult to steer in reverse. You simply don't have the level of control that you would have normally. It's made worse if there's other boats moving around or if it's windy. Luckily today I have neither of those problems. Right, I think I've gone far enough now. Put it back into forward gear and then push the tiller hard over to go make the sharp turn. This movement of the tiller back and forth like that is known as paddling, and it gives you just a tiny little bit of extra push with the steering. It's a bit hard to explain, but you can feel the resistance as you push on the tiller, as I'm pushing it away from me there. There's the Greyhound Pub, very popular with boaters, that one, because there's lots of visitor moorings around here. You often need to make a sharp turn at junctions, but this one's an even sharper turn because instead of doing a 90-degree turn, we're doing more or less a 180-degree, because the canal goes back along parallel to the length of the Coventry Canal for a little while. Then as soon as I've made the turn, there's the little stop lock to do. And that's it. A flawlessly executed manoeuvre, if I say so myself. Doesn't always go to plan like that. In the old days, these canals were owned by different companies, so the purpose of the stop lock was to stop one canal company stealing water from another company. So in this case, it was to stop the Coventry Canal taking water from the Oxford Canal. I'll be going up in this lock, but it's only 6 inches. And that's it, we're all done. Normally, of course, I'd have to stop and close this gate, but there's another boat there waiting to come in, so I don't need to bother. On the left, we've got water points as well. The towpath has changed sides, it's on the right hand side now. So those boats that you can see up ahead moored on the left, these are all permanent long-term moorings. And on the towpath moorings on the right, they're all visitor moorings. It does get pretty busy here. And we're now on the North Oxford Canal. There's not a lot of room here if you meet a boat coming the other way, but there is room if you're careful, so slow and careful is the answer. One thing you will notice close to Hawkesbury Junction is there's an awful lot of electricity pylons. There's a fairly major substation here, I suppose is what it is. Here we have some more visitor moorings. We're approaching Bridge 4, and that building just ahead there used to be a pub. It's all closed down now, so it's a lot quieter around here. To the right of that bridge, I'm not sure how far it is, about half a mile, there's a convenience store and post office, so it's quite a handy little place to stop if you need to. There's no supermarkets nearby. There's quite a lot of traffic noise around here. That's because the M6 motorway is not very far away on the right. On the left, just past Bridge 4, we come across a graveyard of old cars. I can't tell you any more about it, but there's all sorts in here. Well, it's a bit noisy, but otherwise a good place to stop. I think it's time to moor up and let the cats out. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll carry on down the North Oxford Canal in future videos. So until then, I'll see you next time.